What is up, guys? Today I come home to find this box. Yes, it is the Retroid Pocket 2S, and it came in a timely fashion. Now, I don't know if you remember back in 2020, I got the first iteration of this device, which was the Retroid Pocket 2, and I loved it. I was hyped about it. Everybody was hyped about it. This new device, in sort of a chocolate bar shape, and it just looked great. The form factor was nice and it was minimalistic. All of those things that I loved. The issue that I started to run into was the more that I started playing it, the more I started to dislike it. Just straight off the bat, I had an issue with the version of Android they had on there. I don't know what the full backstory is about it, but it was Android but wasn't, and that made using the device really clunky. In fact, the best way to use that device at that time was to just go to the Retroid Pocket sort of front end that they had on there at the time, which made it easier. You had your box arts, you had your videos of the game that you was about to play, but let's see what this has. So without further ado, let's get into this unboxing right now. So looking around the box, it's the generic Retroid Pocket. I got my specs here of what it is that I've got. So I've got the transparent green, which is great. Probably need my glasses, it's really small to see. I've got the 4 plus 128 gigabytes. So this was the top version of the one that you could buy. Let's jump in. Yeah, let's not use the knife. It's always fun undoing these things. Okay, so it's got somewhat like a little magnetic kind of mechanism on here, which is very cool. We open it up and we are greeted by a screen protector, so that's always handy. We'll keep that. There is a card on the top here, Retroid, and it's sort of embossed. Is that the word you use? And it's got a feel to it, so you got a nice little card, and it gives you the somewhat like a quick starter guide introduction to it. So what the buttons are, the button layout, and you've got your system parameters or specs, so to speak, which is all on here as well. So that's always handy and great. Just looking it through here and it already just looks really nice. So let's just, right, I'm just gonna lift it out. There's nothing else in the box. All right, so we've got it here. Put the unit over here for the time being. So all you get is a USB type C cable. It's not a branded one or a braided one for that matter. So there's that, standard stuff. And it feels decent. It's nice and thin. That's the first thing that I noticed. It's thin. I like that. I think that's even, I can't really remember how the other one felt in terms of thickness, but I'm sure that this is a bit thinner than that. So the buttons look decent. I'm already pretty impressed with the button layout that we have on here. Getting in close, the D-pad. It's nice, feels clicky. Doesn't appear as if it's going to give any issues with fireballs, but we will be obviously testing that bit out. You got your select button at the top here. You got your analog stick. Nice, clicky. The movement's good on there as well, and it sort of goes inwards, so your thumb fits in there nice and snug. You got a speaker on this side which is facing you. You got your home button, your back button, and your customize button or customizable button. Moving over to this side, you've got your A, your B, your X, and your Y buttons. They look and feel decent. I like the fact that they've got somewhat of a matted look and feel, which goes with the external shell and feel of that as well, which is nice. You've got your start button along here, and you've got another analog stick, same as before, and then you've got another speaker on this side here as well. Moving around, or we'll go to the bottom actually. You've got your TF card slot here. You've also got your headphone jack. Nothing going on here. Along the top, R1, R2, they look good.
Also, I like that it's kind of flared here. Maybe this should be the standard for retro handhelds going forward for all devices, but I like that, and it does feel comfortable. You got your power button, you got your volume rocker, Type C, and I believe this is your HDMI out, or micro mini HDMI out. L2, again nice. L1, along the back, the innards of the device, very cool. I love the feel, the texture of that. It's nice, although I'm not going to be holding it this way, I'm just doing it to show you. You got your battery on here, 4000 mAh. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the bezel on here. Guys, let me know in the comments, let me know your thoughts on maybe should the bezel have been thinner. I like me thin bezels. That's what I like thin bezels. But first glances, it looks really nice, and it feels the texture of the plastic here. This isn't your cheap kind of plastic right here. You know, it's nice, it's matted. I mean, I guess if your hands are really greasy, there could be a problem. But if you've got just average, you know, clean hands, you're not gonna pick up any fingerprints on there, and the texture to feel is nice. It doesn't feel cheap, it feels well built. Let's do a button shake test, shall we? Quiet, so quiet. Look, nothing, I'm hearing nothing. This is the first device that I've ever done a button shake test and I've heard absolutely nothing. And I guess that tells me that, you know, it is well built to spec. Like, it's, yeah, that's good.
Here are the specs. We've got the CPU running on the old T610. We've got a GPU running on the Mali G52. This does support Android 11, so you're going to have access to the Play Store as well. This does have a 3.5-inch touch display. It's a little bit smaller than what I'm used to, but this will get the job done. It supports HDMI out of up to 480p. There are two sort of core variants you can get. You've got the 3 plus 32 GB and you've got the 4 plus 128 GB, which is what I have here, and this is on the EMCP. The analog sticks are great because they are the 3D house sticks, which means you're not going to get any drift, which is great. The battery power is a 4000 mAh, and this does come in a variety of colors. You can get the clear black, indigo, retro, black itself, 16-bit, and the color that I have here, which is a clear green. I do kind of like the clear black though. And last but not least, here is the pricing. So the unit starts from $99, and if you want to go all in with the 4 plus 128 GB like what I done, then it's going to cost you $119. And I think that's a fairly good price considering what the chipset is and what this device is capable of doing. This is great value.
let's turn this on. See what's going on.
So from here, there is a lot of setting up to do, such as pre-installing apps that currently come with the device itself. I'm going to blitz through that right now.
So you got the RP2 launcher and the AOSP launcher. So that's the regular Android one. Let's go into Retroid Pocket 2S launcher and see what that's about. Next, let's start. Okay, so now it's launching in. There's nothing on there.
So at this point, I didn't realize just how much time, work, and patience is needed to get the Retroid Pocket app on here running. I just went on ahead and put Daiji Show on here. So I'm gonna say this. This may, if you're new to retro emulation and retro handhelds, this scenario may not be for you. But all is not lost. A nice guy by the name of Russ at Retro Game Corps was nice enough to make written handheld guides for situations such as these. So I'll leave a link for that in the description below. Go check him out.
Yeah, that's clean. Even though 12. even more than fireballs coming out, the dragon punches need to be fluid as well. Yeah, it's good. Hurricane kick. Okay, double fireballs. Yep, can't complain. So you can expect systems such as this to run super smooth. So just running some GameCube emulation right now on Beautiful Joe. I'm using the MMJ2 version of Dolphin, and you know, it seems to be running really smoothly. I mean, by this point we kind of know exactly what this chip will do in terms of performance. So yeah, let's just crack on in. So we just got the Redream running now, and yeah, we got some Soul Calibur going on. And look at it, man. Look how clean that is. Dreamcast is near perfect. And I got a perfect. Looks great. Yo, look how clean this looks, man. Ugh, I'm loving this.
So yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there, running God of War in the background. Is this device for beginners? For those that like to tinker and are happy to take on a new challenge, definitely jump in and get involved. If you're just the average consumer and you don't really want to get involved with the techie side of things, there are other options out there. In any case, this is great bang for your buck at $99 with the capabilities of what this device can do. Questions, comments, and concerns, leave them below. Above all, thanks for the views. I hope you liked the video. Take care, stay safe, and peace.